through thick and thin. No little argument shouldn't break the foundation of the house, which is the problem. Everybody thinks that they have stake into the family, which they don't. A family should be a unit, not just you. If you have a beef with your auntie or your uncle, talk about it. Don't just do pillow talk with other siblings, and then when it leaks, you look like a jackass to the point that you're breaking the family. As a family, you should come together. I'm gonna say that again. As a family, you should be coming together. That makes the other generation coming up move like a unit. If the previous generation is moving slack and it's he said, she said, and it's a battle zone, the younger generation is going to soak that in. So when they become our age, they're going to do the same thing. It's a cycle it's always going to repeat itself. We have to move like white parents, you know what I'm saying? Like, they, white families, they move like a unit. Black families, we need to start doing that. So,
okay,
that's my beef.
I hear you, but I gotta disagree that last point.
All right.
Disagree with that last point, and it's not a matter of like saying anything against white people or whatever. It's just that every family dynamic has problems.
Yeah.
White, black, whatever. Like you'd be surprised to hear all the the different things that happens within family dynamics. And I understand that, for us, we're basically talking about, for black families as being, two black males.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, I feel one of the issues with families in general, because like, there's a lot of people that are like getting into relationships, getting married and getting divorced in this next generation that's coming up now. And it's like, it's ridiculous how many people are going through divorces. Like getting married at 19 and getting divorced at 25 or 30. And I feel like it's just like how you were talking before, saying that people are too busy, not even too busy, but just not taking ego out of it.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting into relationships and saying, oh, I like you, you like me, let's just do this. And then getting in it and then not realizing that there's a lot more entailed to being in a relationship than being married. There's another level that goes up when you're married.
Yeah.
And you gotta be able to take ego out and actually think about the dynamic of the family, because that's the most important thing. Regardless of whatever you're feeling, it's like you can't be just doing you have to realize whatever you're doing outside has to be in benefit of what's going on in your house.
I agree.
If you're just doing for you and she's just doing for her, then where do you two come in? Like, where's the balance? If you're so busy focusing on everything on the outside to better yourself, you're not thinking about the betterment of the family.
Yeah, because people nowadays are just doing 50-50.
Yeah.
And they think that's 100 in, what should be 100.
Yeah. Like a relationship is built off 50-50. Right? You're doing your stuff on the outside, but you still have your relationship on the inside. You have to make sure that you're stable out here so that if things fall apart in here, you're okay.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of people feel like, oh no, you have to go all the way in when you're in a relationship. It's like, yes, you go in emotionally, but you got to still have your head about you. You still got to be able to think, okay, well, if this falls, I got to make sure I'm okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You're not taking your heart out of it. You're just keeping your head straight about your goal, about your end goal.
Yeah.
When you say that you're going to marry that person, or you're saying you're engaged, now it's about, okay, everything I'm doing out here is to make sure that what's going on in here is stable. If I'm not if I'm not building that stability in here, what is it that I'm doing out here? It's whatever I'm doing isn't benefiting what's going on inside this house. And then when you get married and you have kids, it ain't about you no more. It ain't about her no more. It's about that kid.
That's a lot of people don't understand. Having a kid, it's a extension of your own being, and a lot of people just use that money just to turn up and do up themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like having kids nowadays, it's a full-time job.
Yep.
Like I'm not saying it was back in the day. I'm saying like it's literally a job. Young females are getting pregnant early so they don't have to work. They will have 3, sometimes 5 baby daddies just collecting checks after checks after checks from the government and from child support. It's a job to them. They get the money that they need and they go buy Mercedes Benz or get their hair done with the Brazilian and all that stuff. They use that money to go on vacations. Having kids nowadays, it's a job. Like it's not building. That's why a lot of people don't have families anymore, because that mindset from the 50s to, let's say, early 80s is gone. 90s was like the last era of having a healthy family, a healthy relationship, even a healthy relationship with God was stopped and died in the 90s. That's why everybody says 80s and the 90s was the best era. Now it's just watered down or robotic, the Matrix. Like people are having virtual families on their phone. People are having virtual sex on their phone. People are just having virtual conversations. Everything nowadays is virtual. You want food? Virtual. All it takes is an app. You got food at your door in 5 to 15 minutes. You want to have sex? Go to your phone. Takes 5 to 15 minutes. You want to have a conversation or whatever the case may be. Like I said, go on an app. 5 to 10 minutes. Like the interaction face to face or live action is gone. That's why a lot of people have options. They could be in a long-term relationship for 15 years and some guy named, let's say, Juan from Puerto Rico slides in the DMs either in Facebook or let's say Match or Tinder or even Indeed. Says, sweet nothings to her. She gonna go talk, see how it is live, and go from there. You probably just lost your wife or your husband just off of a virtual interaction, which is crazy if you really think about it deeply, that it takes somebody sliding in virtually to take your partner. It doesn't matter how much years you have invested. Time doesn't matter anymore. Money never really mattered. Money comes and goes every day, but your time, you should value that more than money. But that has no value anymore. Like I see people be together for 30 plus years, decide to get married and get divorced the next year. It's time investments don't mean shit anymore. Like, sorry to say. Like, you could be lovey-dovey on Monday to Wednesday. Thursday comes, you seen a guy, let's say on a TTC, just giving you that wordplay or that eye contact, and you're melting. And you decide on Friday, I want to see what that guy or girl is saying. I'm going to deal with it. Saturday comes, yeah, this ain't gonna work for me. I gotta go. Sunday comes, that your partner is booed up with somebody that they just missed 24 hours ago. That's the life nowadays. Like, sorry to say, that's why you gotta have one foot in, one foot out in any relationship that you're in. Friendship, courtship, dating, even work. You gotta have one foot in, one foot out. Nothing is secure. Nothing is secure anymore. Like, which is crazy.
Well, I guess with that being said, that can kind of segue into the next topic in regards to why are men always at fault for a failing relationship. Now, I have my theory on that.
All right.
I kind of want to hear your stance
Okay.
before I make my theory,
Okay.
because my theory might be a little controversial.
That's fine.
And I want when I say it that it kind of I just want, like I said, I want to hear what you say, because I think I'm going to be a little controversial on that.
All right. So the reason why men are always in fault because we are men. It's plain and simple. We're supposed to be the dominant one, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So we should be handling the relationship or the situationship properly. When a girl breaks up with us, it's a come up towards them and their friends. Their friends are they're gonna come out of nowhere and say, "I told you that guy ain't shit. He wasn't serious. He's a goofball, cornball. He's a childish, and this, that, and the third." But at the beginning, they had your back. But if it's the other way around and a guy breaks up with the girl, all their girlfriends are gonna say, you know, I told you so, or it's a waste of your time or whatever. But when the girl breaks up with a guy, see, babe, it's a come up. It's a come up. Go talk to the guy that you were talking to last night, or the guy who was talking to you last night. For them breaking up, when they break up with a guy, it's a come up to them because they have options. They probably have somebody that looks more attractive to you than their ex, or has more traits or more benefits to help you. To them, it's a come up. But if a guy does it to them, we're shit. We don't know what we have, or we don't value them, and we're just a piece of shit. It's just that simple. Girls are never in fault. They could cut you up, burn your Jordans. They could do all that stuff, and they'll never be in fault. But if we want to kick them out our house, throw their clothes out the window, and all that stuff, we're the assholes. We're the one that made the relationship failed. Even if they're cheating on you, if they cheat on you, it's something that you did wrong. It's never they have weak body and mind connection, that they're too quick to go to their lust brain instead of their rational brain. But if it's a guy that was doing it, it's hell on ice. Like, you can't win. Like, literally, men cannot win. It's like my stepdad said, men can't win. Just get as much points as you can and clock out. Because at the end of the day, you're not going to get to the winnings point. You're not.
Well, for me, I'm not going to... My viewpoint isn't really on the whole breakups and relationships. My feeling is that on the relationship itself.
Okay.
All right? Were you saying that men are continually at fault for when a relationship ends? Here's how I feel. So, like how you said that men are the ones who are the ones supposed to pursue, right? We're expected to be the ones that